Big secret revealed. The Kennedy Agyapong Atachia Heathrow expose. Kennedy Agyapong is a man who speaks his mind. Sometimes he can be so vituperative that people come back with a backlash, insulting him back. Kennedy Agyapong wants to be the next president of Ghana. He tried it once and failed. Many were those who were surprised even at the feat that he got to, though he failed. This time round, all the statistics in the country are saying that there are two very important horses that are tipped to win this race in the primaries of the NPP. Kennedy Agyapong and Bawumia. Bawumia is a lot ahead of Kennedy Agyapong according to the statistics and the pollsters who have come out to tell us some of the polls results they have. Now watch this now. Now Kennedy Agyapong is a man who many people say is not fit for office. Recently, my brother, my sister, he was proven to be a really strong contender in the race for the flag bearership of the NPP, a party that lost power so disgracefully after destroying this nation. Kennedy Agyapong wants to be able to rewrite the story of the NPP.
Mpenye kasimi se satinti utwa utwa yenhurisi etreja Atachia enyema waye na manfo yesunka enyehwe na ono nso ede takrenu obitu no eno na amane audio bia betuda afa Atachia na audio no tiemu nsim yi pana na chese Atachia no wadi bone waye nyema papa ebi kura ka corruption ho nsensim yi a eno kura no enche obekwa kufisi mira no na nyina ye nsem ne ntro ne nyema bi okwa fa the youth president Kennedy Agyapong na ensem no Ghana ni bi obeti bia wo se panyi pa otimi kasa sade kama se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia camp de bofu mpanyifo ne nkwada de obia atendidi obia obedi wat obia ombetwa bom. Yes, penny mu akura mu penny bi ntu bi for camp wo and obia ye de obe na Atachia sembia okekafa the former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo didi na tem keka sembia ensem fata musua eno na nchen corruption signal bi nso eno so chese wo kata se hye proye bi a ekwo no abra na NPP wa ban ni nyina abetudwa na mempese mekwansim bebre enyibe na intie late audio na afa Atachia campaign no a Bawumia ye ndi atunsu because enipa di akire nyina kata se hye proye kankan dwirim wontumi nam bankum Atachia nam nifa we nam akire tese wonyina corruption and these people no mo pese omo be batamata Bawumia ho na akire ombe di Ghana so ne Ghana kiyewu pri entimu nsana aye jamfi bi 24 share ne tira wadwo conversation so
big secret revealed. The Kennedy Agyapong Atachia Heathrow expose. Kennedy Agyapong is a man who speaks his mind. Sometimes he can be so vituperative that people come back with a backlash, insulting him back. Kennedy Agyapong wants to be the next president of Ghana. He tried it once and failed. Many were those who were surprised even at the feat that he got to, though he failed. This time round, all the statistics in the country are saying that there are two very important horses that are tipped to win this race in the primaries of the NPP. Kennedy Agyapong and Bawumia. Bawumia is a lot ahead of Kennedy Agyapong according to the statistics and the pollsters who have come out to tell us some of the polls results they have. Now watch this now. Now Kennedy Agyapong is a man who many people say is not fit for office. Recently, my brother, my sister, he was proven to be a really strong contender in the race for the flag bearership of the NPP, a party that lost power so disgracefully after destroying this nation. Kennedy Agyapong wants to be able to rewrite the story of the NPP. First and foremost, he says that though he's from the UP tradition, where Kwame Nkrumah is not respected and not truly regarded, he loves Kwame Nkrumah and believes that Kwame Nkrumah is the greatest man who ever lived in our political system. My brother, my sister, this is Kennedy Agyapong. Now, Kennedy Agyapong has been busy going around campaigning so that he could be picked up as the flag bearer of the political party known as the NPP. And time after time, controversies come up. The other day, he granted an interview to a radio station that I had a stint with, Sky Power FM, right there in Takoradi, my brother, my sister. And when he granted that interview, many were those who were shocked. There's a gentleman called Atachia. Samuel Atachia is a lawyer. Lawyers call each other learned friends. This guy and Kennedy Agyapong attended the same school, secondary school at the Saddle. And according to him, Kennedy Agyapong was so good with economics, whilst he was so well informed about literature, English literature. So for that matter, he would teach Kennedy Agyapong English literature, and Kennedy Agyapong would also teach him economics. He created a certain scene, as if to say they were like Jonathan and David in the Bible, very good friends, until the real caboodle started. He is in the camp of Bawumia. He believes that a president of this country must be elected. One, he must be very constructive. Two, and at the same time, he must be a statesman, well branded, who is not uncouth. He's gone on the campaign trail telling everybody that we must look for a president who will not go to the UN and disgrace the nation with words like motherfucker. And my brother, my sister, he was throwing shades at Kennedy Agyapong, who has used that kind of word and even more in the media landscape right here in Ghana and beyond anytime he gets angry. Atachia also said that we must not go for a president who has a bad temperament. He gets angry easily. And again, he was referring to Kennedy Agyapong. He just came out after an interview convincing himself, should Kennedy Agyapong win the primaries of the NPP, he would never go on a campaign trail. Watch this. If Kennedy Agyapong wins, I will not campaign. That was the same thing Kennedy said. He said, if Bawumia wins, I will not campaign. And Bawumia won. He swallowed his words and went back on the campaign trail. And we saw the two of them on a bus. My brother, my sister, a photo of them, Kennedy talking to Bawumia. This is the photograph. Probably telling Bawumia, you know what? Let's put the past behind and let us work for our party to come to power. Unfortunately, Bawumia did not win the election. Now is the turn to go for yet another flag bearership race. And Atachia is uttering the same words. Should Kennedy win, I will never campaign for this party. Come here. Watch this. No. Kennedy Agyapong is not happy with what his former classmates said. They are 2 years apart in terms of age. Kennedy was born in 1960. And this gentleman here called Atachia, my brother, my sister, is a gentleman who claims that he's a very good lawyer and therefore he's ready for some sort of decency. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, Kennedy Agyapong has spoken. He granted an interview. And in that interview, he has kept Ghanaians talking. But we are always ahead of the people. We have done our research and we are bringing you more information. Listen to what Kennedy said about the motherfucker comment from Atachia. He had lost his voice because he had gone so much around the country talking. He's even lost a lot of weight. My brother, my sister, listen to Kennedy Agyapong as he spoke to Sky Power FM. He spoke in Twi. Those of you who don't understand, when we return, we will be translating that. Watch this.
Atachia, can I respond? No. Why I'm not going to respond to Atachia? He said, even President Akufo-Addo would Dìrty or Heathrow Airport say he is not fit to be president. Heathrow Airport. And that time, Akufo-Addo won. It did not want to say, when you could grow, now FAD Akufo-Addo here the minister, Okoji. Yeah, but this time, first, I'm going to come first work on our share them. And the filthy words, or news of the World Bank, UN in Simamaka. The filthy words he used to describe Akufo-Addo, Chiramewa London Heathrow Airport. And he said, Onokura wani free kuro bako. Otumi di dinner term, anyway, I'm nobody. And I'm not going to respond. But onkai, so or conscience, onkai asemwa, or catching about Heathrow Airport. Madam, is so nasty about Akufo-Addo. I've never said nobody, and I'm never catching Akufo-Addo. You never have made him a minister. But I didn't say anything. And I'm not responding to anybody. But I'm just staying focused. What do I say? I'm staying focused. Where are the distraction? One person here, now can be now only message. It all Kennedy Agyapong on your presidential material when you say, Sabre, I mean, Kasari, no respond. Oh, some my expose room. No inefficiencies because they were waiting for Kennedy Agyapong. When we meet him, and say, "You better dimatem and my book for now respond no more use no." And then they don't have a message. They are not telling Ghanaians what they can do or the delegates what they can do. And you know, my sister, I have a vision, I have a dream for Ghana. And if I'm given opportunity, speed up with the Ghana for the core development, you have no idea.
My brother, he said, if Atachia and Akufo-Addo come from the same hometown, and they are both from Akufo-Addo, and he met me at Heathrow Airport in the United Kingdom and used those terrible words of insults on Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Who am I? I am nothing to him. I am not going to respond. If I had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo what this guy here called Atachia told me, the insults he held at him in secrecy in front of me, Nana Addo would have never ever made him a minister of state. These are the words of Kennedy Agyapong in that tape. So he labeled Atachia a hypocrite. Number 2, an opportunist. Number 3, a liar. He said he would not respond, but he ended up responding. What did Atachia tell Kennedy Agyapong allegedly at Heathrow Airport? Kennedy said he wouldn't say it, but we have a way of finding out. He said it's so nasty. If he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that this was what Atachia said, he would never have been made a minister. You want to hear it, don't you? Come here. My brother, my sister, I have spoken to people in the Kennedy Agyapong camp to find out if Kennedy Agyapong ever told them the exact words Atachia used on Nana Addo, allegedly right there at Heathrow Airport? They said, yes. Can you tell me that? And I got the response. Now, in 2015, according to members of the Kennedy Agyapong team, names withheld, Kennedy Agyapong and Atachia, both politicians on the NPP divide, met at Heathrow Airport on their way back to Ghana. And Kennedy walked up to Atachia and the conversation ensued. He said, what are the prospects of our party coming into power? This was 2015. And Atachia said, no prospects. How can this man no son so ko yehwe milk gu nanum kra na ni nyina be hwie agu fam? In other words, how can this guy here, whose mouth leaks with saliva, overflows with saliva, ever be president? Is that one to a presidential material? Even if you pour milk into his mouth, everything will pour out. But that is not so serious. This is the serious one now. Come here. What is next? Atachia allegedly also said that Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, at the time a candidate, that this guy, that everybody in the area knows us, a guy who would wait when his house is very quiet. Then those little girls, those girls who go around selling granuts, he will look at them and see the one which is a little matured and call, brah. She will come and he will look at the granuts and say, your flower saying, you mention me tonka tienu nyina fako inside mommy. The rest is history. Allegedly, according to the camp of Kennedy Agyapong, these were the words of Atachia. How can this man whose mouth overflows with saliva, that when you even pour milk in there, everything would come out of his mouth like that? He can't keep his mouth shut. This one too, can he be president? A guy that everybody in the area knows to be calling granite sellers. They are not, as they say in Nigeria. Oh, yeah, no, 2 CDs, 5 CDs. Me turning in a, I'm buying everything. Take it into the house for me. The rest is history. Did Atachia say this? The rest of the bit there is nasty. According to the Kennedy Agyapong camp, this was what Atachia said that Kennedy Agyapong doesn't want to repeat. Did Nana Addo do this? Did he ever do that? It reminds me of Wuntumi sitting on his radio station and TV station, declaring the president of the republic a child molester, a woman molester. My brother, my sister, and everybody condemned him in Ghana. He came back later after he started facing the vicissitudes of life, when the long arms of the law started coming after him for desecrating Nimiri Forest, to apologize to the president. Did Nana Addo do this? Why did Atachia say that? There is an old African proverb that says, when a fish comes out of water and tells you that when the crocodile sleeps, it snores. Who are you to say it's not true. Do you live in water? People who live in water are telling their story and you are crying. It's the same thing with the two of them coming from Agyapong and telling their own story. My brother, my sister, Agyapong says, if he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that this was what your own countryman, your own brother, your own Achim brother said about you in the run-up to the elections, things would have happened. Sadly, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on where you are coming from, what divide you are on, Nana Addo won the election that year. This was 2015. 2016, bam! They were in power. And when they came into power, Atachia was picked up to become the Minister of Works and Housing. And he accepted it. According to Agyapong, he shamelessly accepted it. According to him, he wanted to walk up to him and say, for all the nasty things you said about Nana Addo, how his mouth leaks with saliva, how when you stand in front of him and he talks to you, he will bath you with gallons of saliva, and how he lures granite sellers into his house for whatever caboodle. You have still gone ahead to accept a post from him after not giving him any chance. Agyapong says, if he can say this about his own Echimebwakwa brother, who am I? We are way ahead of the rest. We go deep, we speak, and we get the facts hard and fast. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. It looks like there's trouble in the NPP. Atachia says he will never campaign should Agyapong win. Would Agyapong campaign if Bawumia wins? Already they are at each other's necks. Tribalism, religiosity, my brother, my sister, everywhere there is chaos, confusion. No, ayabasa. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power.